guys, it's Kristen. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you if you're new here. I'm so glad you found your way to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will decide to stick around if you like this. I am a college lifestyle blogger over on my website, KristenShane.com, and for the past year now, I've also been running my own Etsy store. Today, we're going to be talking about how to start your own Etsy store and how to make your first sale, which is obviously the whole point, because if you're looking to start an Etsy store, the point is to make sales. So I'm going to be giving you all my best tips and tricks and kind of things that I wish I knew before I started my store, because it can be a little bit overwhelming. And like always, I have my notes here of the blog post edition of this video, and I have so much information that I want to share with you guys about this. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely check out the blog post that I will have to go along with this, because I cannot cover everything just for the sake of time. So just like as a general overview of what I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about the importance of choosing a name for your store, but also not letting that be what stops you from actually opening the store, why keywords and descriptions are so important for your products, and how that's what actually gets you viewers and customers, a little bit about branding, and then I'll actually walk you through uploading an actual listing. Before you get started, if you're already thinking about opening a store, I'm sure you kind of already have an idea of what type of products you're going to be listing and selling. So I make pretty much all like painted custom canvases like this one, and this has been like my most popular design. I knew that I was going to be making painted goods, so after so long of trying to figure out a name and going back and forth with my sister, brainstorming different ideas and words that I liked, I finally settled on Painted Grace by KS, KS being my initials, Kristen Shane, and then Painted Grace just to kind of give a little bit idea of what I'm actually selling. So it's good if you can relate your title or the name of your store to what you're going to be making, but it's really not the end of the world. But with that and with branding, you just want it all to be cohesive. So if you're going to have an Instagram or a Facebook page to go along with your store, it's good if you pick something with a name that's available. It's important to not get fixated on picking the name for the store and letting that be what stops you, because if this is something that you feel is like tugging on your heart and tugging on your soul, as my mom so nicely put it in the video that I just did with her, if you feel like this is something that you just gotta do, you gotta just do it. You can't let choosing the name or not having the perfect products or feeling like everything is perfect stop you, because at the end of the day, you gotta just do it. If it's something you want to do, just do it, and don't be what stops yourself. You know what I mean? Because you can always go back, edit, and improve and change. So then once you get started, go on Etsy and open that store. Just do it. Open it. You can do it. It's not as scary as it seems. I mean, it is scary, but like, it's also so worth it. Branding is very important and probably one of the most important things for your store right off the bat, and also just with creating a personal brand, which is something that you can do as a blogger, entrepreneur, small business owner, whatever. With your social media especially, and with your Facebook page or your website or whatever, you just want all the branding to be cohesive. I make all my blog design, logos, and everything myself, and if you've seen my blog or my store page or whatever, they all have a cohesive look with the pink watercolor, pink gold, white kind of theme, and I pretty much use the same couple fonts so that everything looks cohesive, and that so if people are finding you from a different platform or different social media, they know that it's the same store. If you aren't a graphic design person, you can always hire somebody to make your logos, or if you have a friend that's good at graphic design, just get something, or use Canva for free. Just get something up there so that people can get a little taste of your brand and your personal style. I would definitely recommend filling out your store's about page. That's another good place to put keywords and to let people know right off the bat, as soon as they see your store page, what you're about and what you're selling, because you really just want to give people as much information as you can with being a small business owner in Etsy, because basically your store is what's going to drive sales, and then your product listings and their descriptions and tags and everything are going to be what gets your listings in front of eyeballs and in front of customers. From there, descriptive keywords, SEO, tags are going to be so important, especially in driving your first sale, because if you didn't know, Etsy, like Google or Pinterest, is essentially a search engine. People can search on Etsy and find, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands of products, and probably a lot of products that are going to be similar to yours, unless you have something extremely unique, which if you do, more power to you, that is awesome. But most likely there is going to be a variety of products similar to yours. So I did lots of research about similar stores having handmade canvases, and mostly a lot of college students also doing something similar. So that's another way to kind of research some examples of what their titles look like or what kind of descriptions they have. Now I'm going to open up my phone, and I actually tried to film this once already and it stopped recording, but I'm going to do my best to show you a screen recording of the app Sell on Etsy, which is basically just for running your store. I do pretty much everything on my computer, but it's easier to just show you on my phone for the sake of the video, and I'm going to kind of show you what it looks like to actually upload a listing, which is where people will buy your products. So I'm going to pretend like we're uploading this listing right here, which I already have, as you can see, right there on my store. And again, product photography is really important, as you can kind of see the different examples of products. So these couple right in the middle, the pink and purple ones, I did with my nice camera. I kind of had a photo shoot. I did a nice flat lay. So just keep in mind that your product photos are essentially what people are going to be buying. That's what's going to make them the sale, along with the descriptions and the tags, which are going to be what allows your shop and your items to show up when people search for things like a custom pink painted canvas. Okay, so now I'm going to hit add listing, and then you just want to answer all Etsy's little questions that they so nicely ask you. And then I'm going to go to art and collectibles, painting, acrylic paint, and then here we go. So I'm just going to literally take a picture of this right here just for the sake of it, but of course you want to take nice pictures, and then Etsy, as you can see here, gives you some ideas of like different angles from your product, like a close-up of your product, measurements in the natural setting. You can include multiple products in the same photo so people can get an idea of different things that you make, and again, your personal style and brand. And then I'm just going to hit done just for the sake of it, and then here you can add in your title. So I think this one is something like custom, colorful, striped quote canvas or something like that, but you can include lots of keywords and key phrases again as another way for people to search and find your products. And the description is really important too. On mine, I kind of have a standard form where I list a little bit about the product, different sizes that are available, colors, options, everything, and then also any general info that you want people to know about your store. So I think I have something like all products are custom made and subject to 3 to 5 days processing time, because I do everything made to order. Give them as much information as possible, because like the photos, once they're on your listing, they're interested. So it's those pictures and those descriptions that are really going to sell them to choose you and not all the other people on Etsy. So that's super, super important. The biggest thing, if you don't get anything else from this, is really to utilize these tags on Etsy. Etsy only gives you room to tag 13 things, which are basically like hashtags for your product listing. So as you can see here, these are, I guess, are all ones I've used before or my common tags, but you only get 13. So use them all for all your listings, because those tags are what, again, relates back to the search engine. My first sale came just from Etsy search, and the majority of my traffic comes directly from the Etsy search bar and people just looking for products on Etsy. So until you kind of have a following, until your social media marketing or whatever is driving your sales, you're going to have to rely on Etsy and the search and the description and all that. So that's really really important, and I hope that makes sense. But basically just that description, those tags, that title are really where you want to hit those keywords, hit those key phrases that people are going to be searching to find your products, and then the description and the photos are what makes your sale compared to everybody else. So those are super important, but like I said, you can always go back, update, edit, and improve them later on. And then here you can add in lots of other information, and I love Etsy because they make it all super simple, and you can add in as much or as little information as you want. But from being a shopper on Etsy for so long, I know that I like to see as much information as possible, especially if somebody's unsure about buying. You never know what extra little detail or information is going to make them feel more comfortable and decide to buy your stuff, which is the whole point. So you really just want to make them feel as comfortable and as informed as possible. I've been talking for too long. I'm starting to lose focus here, to actually make the sale. And then you can also add in your price, your quantity, and you can do variations here. So for this one, I have different size canvases, and then of course different colors for the actual products. So you can add that in for variations. You can add different prices for the different sizes, everything. Etsy really has thought of everything, and they make it super easy. So I hope that was helpful for just kind of showing you a little bit behind the scenes of what it's actually like from the back end to actually upload listings, which are going to be what sells. And now I've got a ton of stuff laid out on my bed that I just want to talk about for a minute, because probably what stumped me the most that I haven't mentioned yet, and that I will talk about in the blog post as well, was product shipping. I was so clueless and so lost for the first couple months, and it was like painful to try and figure out how Etsy shipping works. And maybe that was just me being naive, but I'm sure if you've never really dealt with that before, it might be confusing for you too. Before you can make sales, you need to have a way to actually ship your products. You need envelopes, you need boxes, you need something to actually be able to send out your product. And that is where I kind of missed the mark right off the bat, and definitely something I wish I would have known beforehand. Let me show you the ones that I have right now. I buy all my shipping products on Amazon. So I have these bubble mailers that come in a pack of like 15 or 25 or something for a good deal. And then all my different size canvases fit in here. So I use these for pretty much everything. I have a smaller size. These are just a different version that are older that I still have. This is a smaller size, and then this is a larger size. If you're starting out, to go for a bigger size that's going to fit everything, versus I had started out with these two sizes and this one was too small for some of my products. So especially if your products are something flat or similar in size, definitely make sure you have, definitely check out the measurements and make sure you have padded envelopes or boxes or something that are actually going to fit your products right off the bat, because that can be kind of confusing. And then Etsy also has a lot of shipping options, which I'm sure if you've bought anything online, you're familiar with, you know, first class mail, priority mail, 2-day express mail, and it gets very confusing from the back end of providing shipping options for your listings, and I am still no master at that. But let me tell you the mistake that I made. First off, so I have listed items with Poshmark before, another selling app that's good for selling like used designer clothes, and all Poshmark shipping is standard priority mail. Only priority mail, not first class mail. I didn't really consider the fact that all Etsy shipping was not standard like Poshmark. So if you didn't know, you can actually get free priority mail, only priority mail shipping materials like this or like bubble mailers, but they're all specifically for priority mail directly from USPS. You can order them for free on USPS website, and then they'll mail them to you for free. They'll arrive at your door. Awesome. You can get as many as you want, but you can only use these for priority mail labels, which I guess I just kind of was an oversight on my part because I was so used to Poshmark with everything automatically being priority mail. So I only had priority mail labels from the beginning, but then all my Etsy products were listed just normal shipping. So if they're not doing priority mail, you have to get your own shipping materials. So I hope that made sense. I know that was a little confusing, but basically my problem was that I didn't realize not all the shipping was priority on Etsy like it is on Poshmark. But you can make that setting if you don't want to buy your own shipping labels, but the cost of shipping does factor in to the customer's decision of whether or not they're going to buy your product. So if they can shop with somebody else who has lower shipping rates, that might be a make or break decision. So just keep that in mind. But there are lots of affordable shipping materials available, and I will link the ones that I use below from Amazon. I hope this was helpful for you. Like I said, I will have a blog post with as many details as I can pack in there because I can only talk so fast and pack in so much into the video. But I really do hope this was helpful. And if you're wanting to start an Etsy store, I hope this can be your little inspiration and your little push to just do it. Go for it. It's so much fun and it's so worth it. And you can go at your own pace, and Etsy really does make it so easy. I will also have some products and helpful tips linked down below in the blog post, in the description, all that good stuff. Stay tuned for more Kristen Shane content. I post about college, lifestyle, lots of fun stuff, so make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for watching and for hanging out with me. I hope you'll subscribe and decide to stick around so you don't miss any of my future content. And until I see you again, I hope you have a great day.